Today I'm working on my 80 series Land Cruiser, my 1991 FJ80, the beautiful 80 series. This is such an iconic vehicle, and if you have one, you are a very, very lucky person, and if you get to work on it, you are even luckier. So today we're doing the spark plugs on this, and we're going to get started with the installation. It's very straightforward, nothing too crazy, nothing too complicated. Replacing the spark plugs will make your engine run a lot smoother. As you can see from this spark plug that I took out of my FJ80, it's all gunked up, and I'm not even sure how it kept turning on because it was so bad. So we're going to replace them with some nice ones like this one right here. Yeah, exactly. And it's going to be running a lot smoother. So I'm going to start off with some recommendations. Every time I work on cars, I realize that having the right tools is the key to a successful project. That's why I'm recommending this right here. This is a joint socket adapter. A joint socket adapter. You see how that moves right there? That's a joint. And that little socket is the adapter, right? So it adapts to a socket. And so at the end of the socket is going to be a 13/16. You can get one of these. You can even rent it from your auto parts store. I got mine at Harbor Freight. It cost me $9. What you'll also need is this extension. It's going to be a lot easier to reach in there when you have that extension attached and it's out of the way out of all those wires. So definitely recommending that, and I'm going to put links in the description as to where I personally bought mine, but you could buy them from anywhere you want. You could choose Amazon. These are just the ones that I'm using here in this video. Now that I've gotten it out of the way, let's get started with the maintenance. I'm starting with the furthest from the back spark plug, right? So that's going to be cylinder 6, and the way I know this is because if I follow the wire that's attached to the furthest spark plug and I follow it back to the distributor cap, right, it'll say the number 6, which lets me know that it's cylinder 6. So I'm just going to pop this off, and I'm going to show you how it's done. You see that? It just kind of pops right off. You're going to grab it right by the stem. You don't want to grab the wire itself, but like the stem of it. And I just kind of showed you on that one, but I'm going to do the same thing on the cylinder 6, which is the one that we're actually taking off, and we're just going to pull it, and there we go. That's how it should be, and now we can actually access the spark plug and take it off. And because we have our joint socket adapter, it should be very easy to take this off. Just kind of fit it around the spark plug, and it should easily come off. And I did want to show you the condition that the spark plug was in. It was not in the best condition, and I know the previous owner did mention that the Land Cruiser sat for a while, so I'm glad I'm doing this. Now, to put the spark plugs back on, I just kind of placed it on the socket, and I'm hand tightening it at first, and once I'm done, I'm going to tighten it just a bit with the actual wrench. I'm not going to go too crazy. You don't want to over tighten this, especially because it, threads onto an engine. So don't over tighten, just enough. Now we're going to put on some dielectric grease on the tip of the spark plug. This is just to prevent corrosion. This can be found at any auto parts store. So when you buy your spark plugs, just get this. It comes in a little packet. Super easy to get and to put on. I'm just putting it around my finger and then around the tip of the spark plug. And once you tighten it back on, you're obviously going to put the wire, the spark plug wire, back on to where it should be, and you're done with that one. So it's very simple, very straightforward process. We're going to do the same thing for all of the rest of the 6 spark plugs attached to each of the 6 cylinders. Also, when threading these spark plugs back on, just be careful not to get any of the oil or the dirt that's around the engine on the tip of the spark plug, because that will affect the way that it works, right? It's supposed to actually create a spark. And just go down the line, each of the spark plugs, until you're finished, and that's basically it. Super straightforward. Nothing much else to it. I'm going to show you all the spark plugs that I took off and the condition that they were in. Look at them. They were pretty bad, huh? I'm going to go ahead and start up the engine, and we're going to hear how good it sounds. There we go. Got a good spark now. We're good to go. Alright guys, that was the video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was informative. I hope you learned something. If there's maintenance that you need to do that I haven't done yet on my Land Cruiser, please let me know and I'll be happy to do that as well. I have a long list of maintenance that I'm doing, so I'm taking them out one by one. So thank you guys for watching. As you know, this is my project Land Cruiser. I'm building this up and I'm doing a lot of baseline maintenance, so there's a lot of things to do, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. So I hope you guys are also having fun with your Land Cruiser. Thank you and have a good day.